Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Melanie Smith Stamps. I am Melanie, and today I have something a little different for you. I have a craft along planned, and this is the card we're going to make. Before we jump in, though, I have a little update. I have a picture slide for you. This week was a big week. We adopted little Lucky here. He came to us with a broken leg. His front leg to be exact, and it was a pretty big ordeal. This is Lucky here. He's gorgeous Papillon. He's 1 year old, and his front left leg was indeed broken. The previous owners could not afford to fix it, and they asked us to adopt him. Now, Lucky went to the first vet, as you saw by the x-ray, and they wrapped him up nice and neat and sent him off to the orthopedic surgeon. This is Lucky in the craft room, and he has taken over the craft room. We had to separate him from Lola just to make sure he wasn't hurt by her. And of course, we were off on our adventure to the orthopedic surgeon. The next morning, we were able to pick him up from surgery. He's all put back together, and now he's resting comfortably here the next day as he is all put back together with a plate and some screws. The next day, he was up and around, and here he is making friends with Miss Lola. I hope you've enjoyed this little update. Now let's craft. Okay, so we have the Gardenia layering stencil. It's a 4-piece stencil set. This is the view of it right here on the packaging. And then I have an everyday word dies, but this might be too large, so we may or may not use it. Like I said, I have not designed this. We're just playing on the fly today. So I'm going to take this out, and this is the main event right here. I thought we would just use this, and this is quite a large stencil. But I want to fill the A2 card, and when you do it this way, like the 6x6, it's going off the page. And it's okay to go off the page, but I just wanted to move it around a little bit and see if I could get the buds on the page. I'm okay with the leaves going off, but I was kind of wanting this bud on the page. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up, because the nice thing about these stencils from LDRS is that they have the full diagram on here of the actual other stencils of these. So I can actually see, even though this is probably the third stencil, I can actually see where it's going to line up. So I can move it sideways and get a nice feel for it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one first, just because it's my layout that I want, and I'm going to do this one in a light green. Now this is key lime pie, and we are going to go ahead and use these. These are hybrid inks by LDRS Creative, and I'm going to use my hybrid slash oxide blender brushes here for these. Let me put this up here, put it on the grip mat, because the grip mat will hold it in place. Haven't used these blender brushes in a while, so they're a little stiff, but that's okay. That's why you use your hybrid and your oxide brushes separately, because you do not want your dye-based inks getting all solid on your brush. It's okay if one set of brushes get that way, but you don't want both. And as you can see, they do work themselves out, but you don't want both sets of your brushes being that way. So I do like to have 2 sets. You also don't want to cross-contaminate your inks. That's a big no-no. You don't want to do that. So make sure you try to have 2 sets of brushes when possible. And I just got this extra set off Amazon just so I could have an extra inexpensive set for my oxides and my LDRS hybrid inks. I love these inks for the BetterPress, especially. They are ink up and are so clear on the BetterPress. And I love the collection of colors that they have available. So that's mainly what I use them for, but they work for stencils like this too. So I use them for this as well. There we go. And you can see while I'm inking this, you can see where those etched lines are, where it shows the roses, or gardenias, as they're called. Get a little extra heavy-handed here on the bases of these. I kind of like the two-tone that it's giving us. That's kind of nice. Even though we're just using the one green right now, that's really nice the way it's doing that. So we'll just add a little bit extra right there at the bases, just cause. Sometimes I like to use less of the layers and just ink it myself. I think it's really pretty to kind of shade it yourself. Think of it like you're coloring it like with your markers or something. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let me, a little bit more right there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and lift this. And if you do not already have an Altenew sticky mat, I would totally recommend it because you get precision every time. It is perfect. So now we can go ahead and go back in and start our gardenias. Let's put this away. Okay, and then we'll get our first gardenia and we will place it down in here. Now, because we didn't start with this one, we got to kind of figure out where we want it, but it gives us the guidelines because of those leaves. Just kind of put it in there so it's evenly spaced between the openings. And this is the largest opening for the gardenia. It's the background, so you can pretty much see where you want it. And then when you press it in to the sticky mat, you see that your paper's not going anywhere, and neither is your stencil. So you can move this all day long and it's not going anywhere, which makes this process amazing. So I'm going to turn to my yellow, which now is banana cream pie. I chose a lighter yellow because I want it to be soft. It's still going to be bright, but I chose the lighter colors. And I know these aren't traditional gardenia colors, but I did find a yellow gardenia on Pinterest. And I love yellow roses. And I've seen some yellow roses lately with the orange tips. And that's where the feel for this came from. Now, what I'm going to do here, just to play it safe, is I'm going to take some mint tape, because I know me, and I'm just going to sit it right here. Just so I don't get a little crazy and not pay attention and go, woo, because we know I can do that. And that's something that the sticky mat can't fix. So now I want to invite all of you over to Craft Life Together with Spellbinders and More over on Facebook. That's my group name over on Facebook. We're going to be doing something special this December. If you by any chance have the Spellbinders Advent Calendar, or you wish to pick it up, I'll have those links down below. But Santa and I are going to be doing some on-the-fly window opening inside the group. So if that's something that sounds like fun to you and you might want to play along and open the windows with us, we would love to have you join. And even if that's not something that sounds fun to you and you would still like to craft life with us into the new year, we would absolutely love to have you. So feel free to join the group and come craft life with us. Let's see. Look at this beautiful banana cream pie color. I love this. Oh my goodness. You could stop right there. Is that not gorgeous? Oh my goodness. That is stunning. Stunning. Why have I not played with this set before? Wow. Wow. I don't even know if I want to do the other ones. Oh my goodness, we're still going to do them. But oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. Wow. It almost looks like stained glass. Wow. Think about if you did the background in a pale blue first, like you just ink, or like a pale, like a wash. How about we do a wash watercolor first? I'm just speaking out loud. if you had done a watercolor wash and let it completely dry first, maybe even a metallic watercolor, blue, pale blue, and then you came and did this on top. I might have to do that and show you a picture of it. Oh, that would be so pretty. And just leave it like that with just the blue in the background and then these two colors. That would be so gorgeous. Okay, I'm getting off track, aren't I? But y'all love me and you know it. You know it, you know it, you know it. Okay, well, I love y'all, so thank you for being here. All right, so you're gonna line this one up, and you're lining those lines up with the white spaces. So you're gonna get it perfect, and you're gonna stick it down again. And this time, we're going in with orange. Let's see how this works. Don't know, we're living on the edge, remember? Let's see how this works. I'm gonna tap off a little bit. We're gonna go in lightly. Ooh. This is, if it'll let me pick it up, Tangerine Dream. I don't want it to be too dark. I want it to stay these light blush colors. Oh my gosh, this is pretty. Oh, 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 oh. Y'all are screaming at me, aren't you? Don't ruin the panel. Yeah, I've had a lot of projects lately, and that's one reason I'm crafting on the fly. I have a few things coming up. I have a couple ScrapbookPal videos coming up towards the end of the month and into December that are going to be over on ScrapbookPal, the 29th. And there's another one in December that I was not aware of that I picked up. So that one's going to be in December. And then the Altenew release in December, December 10th, I'm going to have a bunch of projects for, and I'll be in the hop in December. So lots of exciting things coming up. And I just completely, let's see if that one can get a little bit darker. Yeah. So I have just been loving crafting lately, and I've been wanting, actually dying to get to this one. I have one other one, the Magnolia, that I want to bring to you too. Oh, that's so pretty. You could stop at any single layer here and it would be gorgeous. Like, you could make so many different cards here. You could stop with just the two. You could stop here. And then we have the details for the leaves as well. So you could make so many different looks with this single stencil set. I like products like this that you can just get a lot for a little. That's what I call this type of set. Get a lot for a little. Because I like a deal. And this one is right up my alley because it's easy, especially with the grip mat. And it's gorgeous. Looks like you've been slaving away all day. Okay, we got our leaves. So let's choose the darker ink now. This one's Lucky Clover, I know that. No, four leaf clover. Got that one a little bit wrong. Okay, now this is pretty dark. I'm gonna stamp that off. And then we'll just come in here. And I'm gonna put this up here again. And we're just gonna darken this a little bit. I'm gonna try not to go too dark, just because I really don't want that super dark green. So just a little bit's good for me. When you dot it off on your stencil like that, you can just go back over and pick it up and still use that ink. So you don't waste your ink. You can still utilize it without wasting it. But you do give it a lighter coat, which is nice. And this bright, bright green, I think, is going to give us a nice transition here. It won't be super, super dark. And this green can go very dark, like 4-leaf clover dark. So let's see how that looks. Just take a peek. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Just something light. I didn't want a huge transition. All right. Wow. That is so pretty. Well, don't bend it too much. And then there, look at that. Look how quick that was. And super easy. So now we just need to finish our card. So let's see where we want to go with this real quick. Now we could keep it just like this and make it a white border card. Let's see if we'd want to border it though. I did bring a piece of yellow out of my stash just to see if we wanted to make it a little sunny. Now if I was to trim this though, we would trim into this flower. So we'd lose that flower. I don't know if I want to do that. Now let's look at these dies and see what size these are. This is how I design, guys. That's why I wanted to kind of show you this. This is how I design. Now these are quite large. These say nothing compares to you. Anything is possible. I've got your back and you're a whole lot of awesome. Let's see. Let me see. I kind of want this to be, let me see how big this is. See, it's gonna be too big, I think. I've got a couple extra sentiments here. Keep me in your heart. I'll stay there forever. Or I have, these are some BetterPress sentiments that are in the LDRS store. It never hurts to keep looking for sunshine. Oh, that might be good because of the yellow flowers. Would I want that up here? No, I think I like it over here. Let me see. Maybe down here. And then maybe some rhinestones. Okay. So I'm going to get a card base. These are just too big. I like these sentiments, but they're too large for this card because this stencil just speaks for itself. I'm going to put this down here. And then we're going to put it on our base card, and then we're going to find some embellishments to embellish this and put a little bling to it. Because I think this sunshine sentiment is perfect for this yellow flower. I would normally put this up on a couple stacks, but in this instance, I want to go ahead and keep it flat because I don't currently have those extra dies, and I was just getting this die cut from my stash of extra sentiments. And I think for this card, this is just perfect for this. And make sure that's straight. There we go. Okay, it never hurts to keep looking for sunshine. I just love that. Then we will put this on here. I know I usually cut all this out, but if this video is not too long, I'll leave it all in. Since we're crafting together. Okay. Hold that down just a little bit. All right, I'm going to grab some gems. I had these little gems here that I got at a local scrapbook store in Myrtle Beach a while back. When I go, and let's see which of these we like better. We have two yellows in here. Always support your local retailer anytime you travel, if you have one. And we will add these to our project. Let's see what we want to do here. Do we want this one? Or do we like this one? Oh, the yellower one for sure. Okay. So we could definitely add some of these. So pretty. Okay. I think this just accents this so pretty. Okay, maybe one down here by the sentiment. Wanting people to make sure they read this sentiment. Okay, let's see. Okay, we need one. We'll go crazy and go 9 maybe. That too many? Kind of like this little and big one right there. Okay, looks good. Alrighty. Get these glued down and we are done. Pretty card deserves some bling. I usually don't put that much bling on it, but I just like these. So, don't use them enough. I am usually not that much of a blingy person, but I need to use them more. So, utilizing the tools makes this so much easier. Make sure you have a pickup tool and a precision point glue bottle, or like I'm using the precision or a Sweet Petunia glue press. Makes a world of difference, makes this super fast. Of course, I'm using my left hand, so it gets a little tricky because I'm right-handed and this tool is in my left hand. So trying to be fast with my left hand can sometimes get tricky. There we go. So I am leaving that white space on purpose just to give it a little breathing room. So there is our card today. I hope you like it. I love the colors. I think the yellow, the orange, and the multiple greens is just gorgeous. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Let's craft together again soon. And like I said before, don't forget my discount code over at LDRS Creative. That's www.ldrscreative.com. You get 15% off with Melanie15. Hope that helps. Have a great day, my friends. Bye-bye.